So I'm standing in a shower, and one of the most sought after features is a curbless shower. And here's kind of the process which we go through in order to get a curbless shower in a remodel, but also on a second floor, which is not typical. Okay, so I'm standing in roughly the entry to the primary bathroom, and this space existed before. However, this bathroom had a completely different layout. Our shower was over here at the corner window, and this entire wall that is now a newly framed shower was one long vanity, and this wall to my right was a second long vanity. I had a tub in the same spot. We're gonna put a tub back behind me, and when we came into this project, the owners had some interesting requests in order to have a dressing area, the closet, and really they wanted the vanities on one side for this portion of the bathroom with a very substantial shower. And so one of the things that comes up is how do we pull all of that off? And in a remodel, it's oftentimes really difficult for people to imagine what could be because the space is already built in a way that kind of locks your vision into one thing. And so this is where there's our partners that are critically important in the design process come in and work their magic. And so on this project, we're partnering with Catherine Mueller Design. Her and her team are amazing, and they envisioned this entirely new layout and kind of drew that out. And then what they do, which kind of sets the tone and really makes it something that an owner can see the new space, is they usually render out in photorealistic renderings for the client. And so the client can see it, the design team can see it, the builder can see it, and we look at the new space before we've done any work, before they've invested any money to make sure that it meets their needs. Some of the things you can't necessarily figure out when you're designing, especially when, in this case, this is technically a second floor, we do have a floor below us, is how do we get a curbless shower? So you can see that we've set up there's a drop down here. This will be a curbless shower. You also see a lot of new decking in this space. And so when we reworked this entire bathroom, we actually built the floor up slightly in order to give us this recess. And then we reinforced this section of the shower pan in between the joists. So what'll end up happening is when we do our pre-slope and our initial pan, it will be lower than grade. But what that allows us to do is by the time we add tile, we'll be able to finish the tile smooth all the way out, so there will be no curb here. This is a beautiful design aesthetic, and in addition to that, for some people, it's an important feature if they're aging in place to not be able to have to step up over a curb, especially if they need assistance or they have a walker or something like that. In this case, it's purely design aesthetic. It's going to be a seamless transition from floor to shower without the use of a curb, but all of the water will still stay inside of this portion of the shower.